You know, it gets you thinking. This is like my third video I'm trying to make, and they keep knocking me out. What do they think? Is there a possibility they're thinking of Gandhi? Of course it's not Gandhi. It says, "Hi, I am for. Let's gather the geese." But wait a second. I gotta think what's on top of my head over here. Thinking. Is it this direction? No, that's okay. Is it this direction? No, that's okay. Well, is it the chicken foot? Is it the blood that runs the chicken foot? Is it the eye in the sky? Oh, I don't know. But let me think. If I would just turn around and scratch my chin just a little bit over here. See, it turns from a monkey, from an owl, two sides. I made this as a hockey mask last year. I never redid it again. But this is all because I spelled my name. That's what happens when I spell my name. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. Who talks like that? Sandler. The guy with the shoes. Not the other guy, or the other guy, or the other guy. You know who I spoke about tonight? And I missed this in the video like 5 times. Castaway. Shit. They're stealing my information. I don't even know where to start. You see, there's a bottom of the first inning, and there's the top of the first inning. So if you put 1 foot into the game, you don't actually start till there's 2 feet in the game. Now, do you take half a step at a time when we walk? We can never take a full step because the other leg doesn't come with us unless we jump. Then we got a full step. What do you think? Am I thinking okay? Is that okay? Still got coffee. Love the coffee. I bought it at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I'm thinking, so I'm drinking it slowly. You know anything that you drink fast? Even sex. You have sex, and then it's over. And you're not having sex anymore. You're sleeping. So why didn't you go to sleep in the first place? Now you drained the vein. In vain. You let it go. It's like just a game. And it'll happen again and again and again. But if there's no love, then where's the energy? That when you feel down, and that love is really there when you're down, Jen, excellent. The other Jen, excellent. The other one is Jan, excellent. The other one is M&M, Messier. You are hot, my friend. I see your stuff. You are in the numbers. Who was the other one? There was, oh, thank you, Scott, Trinity. There was, who else was there? I know Jam, but I can't repeat that name twice. End up in a jam, you say it the wrong way. Felipe, thank you for commenting on my video. And George, thank you. And I really want to say is, where are the Smurfs? Where are they? I know they hang out on the Jewish flag, because that flag is blue. But is it a navy blue? Because there's something about navy, and there's something about hanging on to the leash of the tiger in the game of the ruler. Oh, that's funny. You know who the tiger actually can be in this world? To the circle of life? It's the moon. Somehow there's got to be some sort of energy that they're trapping the moon with, blocking man from actually advancing into the next day. Because I believe that what is a planet is a planet, what is a moon is what the Creator put here in order for us to live. Now the other world, which is whichever one you want to call it, is holding on. They found a way to trip up man's life. They can't put it in total agony, but this is what the world's all about. I mean, there was war before, there was suffering before. If that's what this world is all about, man has believed this forever. When will it change? It changes when most of the men see that it's not true. And the only way to console with man at the end of the part where it's no longer true is when most of the planet believes. They go, Paul, yeah? What about her? No, that's not Paul, what about her? It's Paul Willer. I'm here to tell you about what's coming in the future, because it's the end of the world. Oh, let's not tell the world it's the end of the world because they'll all go nuts. What do you mean they'll all go nuts? What, are people supposed to go nuts because it's the end of the world? First of all, you're nuts if you ever believed that to begin with. Now, half of the people that believe in God and the other half that don't believe in God, who's going to go nuts? I know it's the end of the world. I'm excited as shit. I just want to know what I'm going to have to do. Do I have to die, go into the other world, and then come back? Well, I'd have to live 50 more years. Or do we get to live it in our mind? Is there going to be a blank out period where everything in our mind is going to be like a reflection? but only within a dream. What will be live will be the takeover. Do you know New World Order? And the order of 1 and 2? And the B with both ends of the point, the black and the yellow? April 1st, it's all happening right now. Yesterday I said April was space, and it is space, because it's the space between what connects March with May. And at the same time, if that's true, then August, right, is no longer here either. It's also part of space, and it's Earth, it's man's mind. So August and April, A and A are gone, and August has 2 U's in it. Augusta, Georgia. Georgia is the electronic world. GE 5775. 3 by 19, 19 by 19 is the moon cycle of 361, coming around and passing 360. Why did we go to 365.25 days? 5 1/4? Well, 5.25 is the Mayan short count, is it not? 5.25 or 5.125? But why say 5.1? We are already in. It's either 5 or it's 1. Which one do you want, the first one or the fifth one? Take the third one. It's right in between the 2. What's in between 1? 2 and 2, 3 and 3. Now you got 1, 2, and 3. And in the alphabet, this says ace. The first key, the third key, and the fifth key say cat. The first key, the third key, and the third key, 3, 1, and 3, like the piano says, this says ace. It also says CAE, which is part of the Canada. Canada. Why? Because CANANADA is all the same. The 14th letter, the first letter, the 4th letter. What about Grover Cleveland, number 22? Well, 22 just has to do with 2 and 2. All 22 does is it creates the perimeters for space. 22 and 22. 22 and 22. It creates Mars because it's the sandbox. It's the 3 stars. It's the 3-sided pyramid that has 4 points and 3 sides 3 times. Why? Because when this is at the bottom, these 3 are at the side. When this one's at the bottom, these 3 are at the side. When this one's at the bottom, these 3 are at the side. Now you've had 4 at the bottom, you reconnect, 5 at the bottom, 4 at the side, 54 is the number of the sun, 5 by 4 is 20, 5 plus 4 is 9, 2009, plus 4 more. Why? Because man is born. 1379, odd 0, 2468, even 0, 2468. Let's count it up again. 2, 8, 4, 6. 2 and 4 makes the cat, 2 and 6 makes the dog, 2 and 8 makes the man. What else do I have to say? How do you want me to show it to you? MAN, 28. Comet, 56, man and man. Time heaven, T and H. Or like Terry says, so beta. So to be it or for worse, to be it for the better or the worst. So for be it, time H, hath. Mrs. Hathaway and Mr. Mooney is the end of the world. Beverly Hillbillies brought me into this world. Richie Rich brought me into this world. And Jane Hathaway takes me out of this world. Smoking Mary Jane, the mother of Jesus, Jane, Ja, name of one of the gods. N-E is the birth and the naissance of where the horse's nostrils breathe you into this world as N-A-I. N-A-I-L, the light life. It says garlic. It says jail. It says hail of who comes in. It's snowing and it's frozen. Now I did a part of the video on freezing. Is that the ice cap of this world? This is what Earth looks like after. But basically, this is what it looks like now. When you push this down and put the ice cap on top of it, you see Earth like this. You see Earth's heart. Next year is 5775. 1 5, 2 5s, 3 5s, 4 5s. Why? Because they all duplicate and the reflection of each other leave the light always, that the light will turn on over here because the 3 is in the center. The light will turn on over here because of the 5 light in the center and the 4 on the outside, but it'll be a shadow light because this is on this side, the 2 are not on this side. This is your DNA strand. 5 and 2 goes over, you get doubled. Who's this DNA? We'll double it. Don't forget, every time you double something, it changes its molecular value. Did I drink? Hold on a second, I'll check if I drank. I'll count the pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 28, 29, 39, 38, 39, 40. I must have drank because it says 80. Okay, now where do I go next? Where do I go next? So we did 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, now when we flip the 6, okay, over onto your face, this 6 and this 1 will show the light. This one will always be 7, the others will always be 5. 4 sides of 5 equal 20, 2 sides of 7 equals 14, 20, 14. Now the question is, do we end it like this, or do we end it like this? We must end it the same way we began. Whether the door is up this way and we are an egg this way, or we have slid ourselves into the next world and we're now the egg this way. The electric light orchestra that lights us up from 4 into 3 is the 34-7 world. You have, now I'm going to switch subjects here, 16 and 25, that's 41, and 34 is 75. That's the year we go into. 41 is the game we just played. 15 is the egg from the world we walked into. This is 0, okay, as 40. Why? I call 40 because it's 0. It connects all on the outside. But at the same time, this is number 20. This is number 25. So if this is number 20, okay, then what's this? This is 2015. 20? 2015. Every one of these dots are worth 5. How do I know? Well, let's discuss it. I hope the video doesn't shut down because it's the 3rd time I'm doing it. Let's look. 9 on one corner, 7 on the other, 4 by 4 is 16, 3 on one corner, 1 on the other, 1 and 3 is 4, that makes 20. 4 and 16, 4 by 4 is 16. Now listen to this, and I did this yesterday. I'm going to do this quick, I want to get out of here. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, 256. Okay, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, because we have to have that dot in the middle of the 4 to have man have life. And all over, check right now, check any single stone, but every single stone of the Mayans, every stone that the Mayans has, they have V, and they show the dice cube as number 5, but they show lines from each corner, because whatever is in the line, it shows behind the line red, which means life. Here it shows black, living life. If it's not here, it doesn't mean it is. It doesn't mean it exists. Here exists the ghost, because the ghost is the white in the background. It is the ivory, whatever the ivory stands for. Okay? I don't know if you ever saw this design over here, part of the beehive. This is the C. This is the loop. This is the horseshoe. This is what creates the C, because it locks 2 worlds together. It's even as the teardrop. When you run 2 of these into each other, they recreate 2 beaks of 2 animals. Have you ever seen this? This is the I letter, and this is the leaf that it sits between, because man is a leaf, a part of a tree, the extension of life that breathes in the air, that returns to the soil. Have you seen the hula? H, U down, U up. Gray equals 55, the ray of the sun, the spirit, Jack Ray. Jack Ray is actually my son. I don't know how it happened, but it's the year of the gray, because it's between black and white. There is no loser in this game. The good old Lord is on the way. I know it. I know it. I used to only believe in death. Now I believe in more life than anything else. It scares me. I want to love everybody in the world, and I know I can't. So I'm very, 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 very laid back and not sure which way I should point my arrow. And I don't want to point it at anybody right now, because it wouldn't be right, because I'm just so in love with this world. It's insane. And I hate it at the same time, because what I feel inside, that destined, disgusting downer. But guess what? Tonight I feel good. I don't feel blue, but I know I'm blue. The caterpillar changes twice. The beaver, they call it castor. and Castor and Castaways, and look at that soccer ball, study the soccer ball. They give you extra time in soccer. Nobody ever knows about the extra time in soccer. Nobody knows about the extra time in life. 256, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, 625, 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Okay, now 216 would be 1,088. 1088 is when it ends. 6 times 6 is 36. Times 6 is 216. 216 and 216 is the jail, but when it's not 216, it's 40 less of this one because it's part of the game. Everything ends at 4. You only get one thumb for 4 fingers. 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, 1.25 each finger, and the thumb's value is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. This one is worth 15. It's worth 1.5 and everything because it's worth the value totality of each finger that it uses, and every finger gets a number. Unless you take this at 4 and this at 1, you have 4 and the 5. 4 and 5 is 9. Now you got your 9 birth. Now you got 2 9 births. The baby's coming out, and I'll grab him with 2 hands. Imagine the doctor shows up with 1 hand and tries to deliver your baby using his leg. Well, that would be pretty weird. So at the end of this, okay, we have 672. 872 is the numerological value in the 1010 world. If we bring this together, it equals again. Look, 7 and 1 is 8. The Q letter. The Q carries the U because there's always U with a Q. Q comes here, 56. And on this side, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 23. What I did is I divided it by putting 7 in the center. 7 times 8, 7 plus 8 equals to 71 equals 8. 7 times 2, 7 plus 2 actually says win a Big Mac. But this says 9 and 14. 8 DNA, A, D, and both of them together is an N. DNA, I. To deny. I deny. Adonai. It says God. Adonai is God. 23 is here. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 11. 11 and 8 equals 19. And in the gematria tree on the roulette table, these two connect together, both in black. But if we leave this at 5, they remain in the center. 5 goes below 8, or 11 goes above 8. 5, 8, and 11 is actually 2, 5, and 8. And that's the crossing. How we connect our moon. Man on the moon, hello man on the moon, man on the moon, man on the moon. Is it time to get pregnant? Is she going to get pregnant right now? I think my man. That's why when everybody says it's about dividing the day, how can we not divide the day? We need the moon spread out, and if you really take a look, the moon, I mean, we don't live, this is what we live on the earth all the way around. There really is no bottom. There's a slight area of the bottom, but because of the tilt, it's just like being in the center anyways. So what I finished over here, okay, is if I add this all up, 8 and 5 becomes 13, 1 and 3 is 4, so we end up at 4 at the end because that's all we need. We have to be just the 4 corners, the 4 corners of this. We don't want to be on this side. This side has only a spirit light, but it brings no earth light. We need the 4 corners, and the 4 corners have to be proper, doubled up in order to bring life. It's like, how can I show you this? Here. There's the earth over here. Okay? This is the sides of the earth, which are the brackets. Then we have the bottom of the earth over here. Then we have the cap of the earth over here. And then we make a U all the way around this side and a U all the way around that side, bringing the energy back up. So the moon that follows us all the way around is always connected. Anywhere on this earth, wherever you go, the energy pool is always the same. Because this has an outside layer that goes on the outside. Then there's another layer that goes on the outside, which is the rim. Okay? So the minute you connect the rim, wherever you are on this earth, you penetrate over to the... It's a film that's so soaked in, and it fits between your foot or your body and the earth right now. How sure am I? I'm not sure at all, but it only makes sense to say it, doesn't it? I can see it. I can understand it, and I designed it. So this is why we get the apple. At the same time, this is, oh, my tooth is hurting. My tooth is hurting. The same time as this. That's why it's a diamond in the rough. Dia means part of the day. The almond, the second. The second, who is first, who is second? Your soul is second. You are the three of creation, but you are the four ornament of six. Because we have to work your mind, your soul, your body, and the whole thing. So you end up as 6 in one world, 2, 4, 6, and 12, and is it 12 and 6, or 6 and 6 in the other one? Is it 6, 6 and 2? Whatever it is, I don't have the number straight because I'd like to discuss it with everybody else. The 5-point star times 72 equals 360 degrees. But the 4 points plus who you are is 4 times 72. Don't forget it's the 5 minutes on a clock. But you can't actually connect the first 30 seconds of each side because 30 is part of creation. 30 creation. 4 months of 30 days. So how do you want to look at it? Do we look at it 5 times 72 is 360? Add on the 5.25 days. First of all, one of the reasons for that is 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Okay? 5.25 days. 1.25 of any of these. This, when any of these, will end up with your 5.25 days. 364 makes 13 moons of 28 days. 1.25. 1.25. We have this to reconnect the next year. See the little rainbow in between that it makes? I've broken every single one of my fingers. You see these? They were both... This one they sewed together. I don't know if you can see it. There's always skin missing. But that it like fell off and was dangling. And one time, do you know what happened to me? I was nailing some stuff with a nail gun. And I nailed my hand to the wall. Oh shit, that was so funny. Oh my God. I don't think it would have hurt as much as Jesus, but they never nailed him to the wall. He was on a cross, and they didn't use nails, I'm quite sure. Maybe they used mushrooms. Everybody knows in Alice in Wonderland it was off with the head. So at what point did they start taking the heads off? See this? There ain't nothing there. What is this over here? This over here is, you see there's a bracket here, and there's a bracket here. We have to reek up this part underneath this part here, with this part over here. We have to recup it, meaning we have to reattach this inside here, and it has to be able to move. And we have to connect these two sides over here, and it'll make a U part. And it connects that to hold these brackets together, and it doesn't do the same thing at the top. At the top, it can open. There's a swindle. You see this swindle over here? This is the part at the top that connects. So we only have it at the bottom. And since we have one here, one here, and one here, it stands for the 3-point pyramid, and here are the Loctites. So ask me how O fixes everything up. Here's the turtle. 8 positions on the turtle. The head, the tail, the 4 legs, and the in-between. 6 points. The turtle. So you really want to know if it's a rat race? You know what, I'm not sure if it's a rat race. Hey, where are you going? Where are you going? Oh my God, did you see that? My mouse ran away. Come back, please come back. Be my friend, be my... Oh, I knew you wouldn't go far away. How are you? Stay there. Yes, I'm patting you right now. Are you feeling better? You're looking a little blue? Caterpillars. How do we get blue? Electronics, caterpillars, butterflies, thinking of owls, the word who, how. Has anybody ever thought that Pharaoh looked at his wife and said, honey, you think the Jews will go out and farrow the land? And honeys, bees, who did them at both ends, says, listen, Setis, and Setis was the name of her husband, as the Pharaoh. He was the Setis. I'm not sure if they'll do the fields, Setis, but they'll definitely build the cities, Pharaoh. Pharaoh the land, build the cities. It's all good. Build and go while I do nothing. As the African king came in to show his jewels, Africa came in with the leash is on the lion. Lord sings royal. Blue is in royal. Red is in royal. Where does Venus survive? Venus is more blue than anything else to me. Mercury is red. Neptune is blue. They're taking care of our moon. That's what they're talking about in royal. When they're holding on to the leash of the tiger, they're holding on to the moon. And now Mandela dies. And in one of my books, okay, I don't know where it is in which one of my books, but I have something about the middle name, okay? This is a guy that they were looking for, okay? These are the same initials, okay, as Mandela, these initials here. This comes from Arabic. Now, this is somebody's name that I'm using I didn't know, but this is all saying about Africa, and this is Arabic, and I'm talking Africa. The same damn letters, excuse my word. Hello and greetings, Maraban, Alan, hello. So, in Arabic, okay, Nelson Mandela's middle name says hello. Greetings. Greetings, world. I have passed on and I have lived my years. I have went 26 to 28 years in jail of a place he didn't deserve to be, but he lived it anyways. I want to know what he felt like while he was in there, the God of this earth. Everybody's talking about 6 and 5 is the highest 11 you can get in this earth. This is number 11. At the same time, it's a 6, and it can be rectified as a 5 because it doesn't come into the world unless it is a 5. And all you do is remove 2 dots in the center to put the 1 dot here to make it a 5. All over the Mayan calendar is a 5 because you cannot have all those dots at the same time. It's 1 light pointing out the 6 dots, making it 7. 7 of 8 of 9, because the minimum you can have is 3. Now, I mentioned earlier in a video before that December, maybe in January, should be knocked out. December and January, according to the Mayans, is a reconnection of time. Why? Because the 9-year birth in November, if that's what I'm using right now because of this young lady, and if the 9 is the birth, after you have October, of the connecting of the 2 sides of 5 and 5, and the 9 becomes the birth as 4, 5, 4, but October is 10, 9. January and December becomes 1, 2, 1. 1 equals 34, which makes number 7. 2 makes 58, which makes 4. 7 and 4 say God and Jesus at the same time. 58 and 34 says I'm yellow and I'm black. I'm the B. I'm the both ends. 9 and 1 is both under 10. And I play pool and I see the colors of the ball. That's what I'm good at. When they say it's your turn, I go, wait. I go, okay, I know. He says, that's not how you play. You got to hit the balls. I go, oh no, they're fine the way they are. They're fine the way they are. The 1 and the 3 is yellow and red. You put them together, you got an orange sun. 1, 3, 5. On the keyboard says cat, but in the alphabet says ace. Ace is in the 5 position on the 2nd level in the 0 post. Why? Because it's post 50. It shows up, the 2nd position is post 50, where you get to turn it in 6 different directions, but only in 4 directions at a time. And the minute you turn once on the Rubik's Cube, you've turned 4. This, when you turn this, you have turned 1, 2, 3, and a whole turn is 4. How do I know that? Because of the leap year. Of course, the leap year. 4 years, the leap year, so I had to turn 4 because that's a whole turn of a cycle. Not my fault. They blamed it on me. They told me I did it for a reason. I did. Why are you looking at me so funny? All of a sudden, 100 people just showed up in my house and I don't see one of them. That means I can't be crazy, or I must be crazy, because they're all here, but I don't see any of them. I hear them. They're all here. 100% of everybody that's here right now is here right now because that's where they are. And if you're not here, and you're not here, and you're not here at all, then you wouldn't know that I'm saying this at all. And you wouldn't be here. But I'd be saying it at the same time. And I would have said it before you showed up, if you were here at all. Now, which way should I go? Marhaban. Welcome. There's so many numbers, even in Nibiru, Planet X. Planet X, okay? Planet is 68. X is 24 and 10 is 34. It stands up to be the opposition in the 10-10 world of 76, because 7 and 3 and 6 and 4 is 10-10. Do you remember what I said? It's going to be in October this year. Why? Because 5 and 5 of 2 worlds. October connects this way 5 and this way 5, but it connects this way 5 to number 4 and this way 5 to number 4. Can't go any other way. Can't be any other thing, because once we end up with one hand, we end up with one hand. We go 5. Now we end up with 4 or 3.75. If we go the way we began, 1 1/4, 3.75, 3.75. Ooh, we've got a 7, probably 25 bucks each, eh? That's the price of Jack. That's Jack's number. It's so funny the way weed hasn't really changed in price over the year. They just rip you off a little bit more just to keep the price at Jack's number. 5 and 2 is 7. 5 and 2 is earth. 5 and 2 is heart. 5 and 2 is 6. 5 and 2 equals 7. 5 and 9, when you add man 10, he becomes 52, because 5 and 9 is 42. 4 and 2. But they don't become anything until you add the 3 and 5. So now we're going to take out April. So if we took out April, then March and May would now reconnect together, and we'd have no more April. No more April Fools, no more fish, nobody's suckered in anymore. Will we still have the 29th day of February? No, we will not. We will now move away to 29th day of February, and we will take away August. So we're now going to take away August and April. 61 days. 61 days is the light of man. 61 days leaves 304 days in the regular year. 304 days in the regular year ends on 304 days, the end of the year, ends on, that's right, Halloween. But now we no longer need to be on Halloween, and we must remove more days. How can we revert Halloween, the 304th day of the year, to the 277th day of the year, minus 27? Why? I9R as 666 equals 18 plus 9 is 27. It is the way creation came to be. Third, it totals 27 from the 304th day of the year, makes October 4th. And this year, October 4th, falls on the end and the closing of the trumpet day of the Hebrew calendar in the year new of 5775 Adonai, in the month, if I know it, it should be, I think it is the month of Tishrei, which is a bit of this and that, and everybody wants to know about shit. And anyway, shit king, la reine de la mer, okay, if you ever hear that, la reine de la mer means the queen of shit. It actually means the lady of the ocean. It also means the red fox. What do we do with red, or the orange fox? Well, the orange fox comes from a little bit of red and a little bit of yellow that's been pissed on your pineal gland for your entire life. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if I have to talk this way. It is what it is, and it's not a bad thing if you put it into the right proposition. Now again, one world order, or in the word one, is 655. But in one world order, if I can find the numbers, it's the same number this upcoming year. Okay, let me look for where this is. Let me look for where this is. I'm going to look for it. You're not leaving me yet. It's only been 32 minutes. I'm trying to do this as quick as I could. I wish I can put it on hold. I should be doing it another way, but I didn't. I know somebody's going to tell me something, a different way that I can do it, but you know what I don't like? I got this one guy telling me he doesn't like all my videos. Like, this is not really a like and dislike thing. If it touches you in the heart, you can like it. I'm trying to do my best to explain everything, but anyways, let's get on to something else. You remember I told you about this number over here, 625 and 526? Well, number 52 is Earth. 6, okay, as a word, equals 52. 62 is the queen. 26 is the dog. 26 is God. 26 is the card. 26, 26, 26 stands for 78, the month of October, and number 12, saying that there's only 12 days in the year, so maybe I shouldn't be taking one of the months. So if I don't take out one of the months, take off 31 days about, anyways, to rectify. 665 take away 31 is 334. 34, 34, 34 is 102. That's Valentine as a word, and it stands for blackjack, because that's what it is. Man cannot survive without the ace alone. He must be 22, because 2 and 2 gives him the space for Mars. 2 and 2 and 3, man needs to be 7 for the DNA that crisscrosses him. How? 2 and 2. 1 and 9, that's the yellow ball. 2 and 2. 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, that's the 3 ball. The 1 and 9, the 3 and 11. 3 and 11 is 14. 1 and 9 is 10. 10, 14. 24 hours in a day. 2014, the year we're coming up to, everyone is 5. So this with this and this is 10. 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 Choose any 4, you got 20. Now you choose the center one, it's number 14, because I told you the center of Rubik's Cube is number 14. You got 2014. What month? Well, it's October. We can't have October 6th, because 6 and 4 you have to have the lesser, because you have to have the God world. You have to have the spirit world. You cannot add to the soul world. You run everything through the spirit world. So then it would say 2008 or 288 or an 8 sideways or a digital 8. What do you want to do at 8? 4 in this 4, 4 in that 4. What are we talking about? I've got an eye on you. Anybody ringing a bell? New Jersey. New Jersey's. What's happening in New Jersey? It's the first time I thought of it. I've looked at it before, but new, N-E-W, it's like New World Order. New, okay, is 9. What's happening means new. New, N5, E5, W5. No, say that again. Yes, N, E, and W are all 5 letters. It's 555. New. And the bell says B11. Here's number 11. And here's an X equals to 24. When you take 5 and 6, and that's the only way to get 11 into this world, this is 11, okay? This is 25. Each one of these are worth 5 is 36. That's creation of the letter R, angel resonant. This 5 becomes an X. That becomes an 11. X becomes 24. 11 becomes 35. 3 times 5, 3 plus 5 equals 23. That's creation. Now that we got 23, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equal 5 and 6. We got the same numbers again. Now that we repeat, I guess everything's good to start. But 23, at 2,300 hours, that is 11. We have 1111. We've recreated ourselves. Oh, all right. Don't forget, it's like baseball. You take your foot and you move it in. That's the first half of the inning. Now the inning's over, both feet in. Now here goes to the top of the second, 2 innings are over. Here goes to the bottom of the second! And life begins. Life begins. Life begins. Okay, now, where are we going to go next? This is all about, imagine this, 3 times 3 is 9. By 3 is 27. By 3 is 108. In between, 111. 3 by 74 equals 222. 1.5 by 74 is 111. See how 8 times 222 is 1776. But wait, 3 times 3 is 9. By 3 is 27. By 3 is 108. 10, 8, October and August. Time heaven. Spirit heaven. 10 is J. 8 is H. It also says game heaven. Je. Heaven means game heaven. It also says Jewish at the same time because to be a Jew is like having a game. Hey, Ma, you breathe in the air? Yeah, son. Can I borrow $5? You got to learn how to make it on your own. You want to be a real Jew? Learn how to make your own money. Okay. I guess that's why it started off this way. Can I go visit Hitler? I mean, because he showed me how to do it right. What did he show you? He showed me all about Archangel Raphael. Do it on your own. It was a little symmetry I was playing. Because Archangel Raphael shows the swastika as his number. And everybody knows the swastika is like this. This, and this. 3, 6, 5, 4, 7, or 1, 2, 5, 8, 7. 8, 7, you understand? 1.25 days, 1.25 days, 365 days, 1.25 days, 364 days. We need the connecting day. Anyways, I don't like what I said just now. 4 and 1, they come apart. So this is what I did over here in this. November's the 9th month, September's the 9th month, okay? December's the 8th month, August is the 8th month, 88. In between these two, now we have to count. There's work to be done in this, but I'm not doing any of it. January is the 7th month, July is the 7th month. Christ, heaven, 7 and 7. February is the 6th month, June is the 6th month. 2 and 6 is the dog. March is the 3rd month, May is the 5th month. This is the month of creation between March, April, and May. That's why they came up with April Fools. This is the way I see it. October 4th is the 277th day, but we must bring everything, again, 6 and 5, the expansion on how to bring 6 and 5 together. Instead of having 277 days in a year, you have to have 288 days a year multiplied by 1.25 brings you to 360 degrees, in which the moon that caps the earth, that those 2 points that I showed you before, where the moon is forced, in fact there's more than one moon, is forced to follow you around, would make your 288 days. plus 12, anyways, I'm not going to go any plus. That would make your 288 days. So when the child is born, you have to add on those 11 days to connect to the moon. Why? Because during the child is born, you have to connect to the moon that he comes in and the moon that goes out. 11 days. 11, 11. What am I supposed to say? 11 and 11 is 22 plus 6, 7, and 8 days according to the Jewish calendar is the way it marks. So we fall on either 6, 7, or 8, and that will bring us to reconnecting the 3 parts of the 3-mooned system we run. Why? Because Mars and Earth, for me, are the same planet, and they work with each other. It's in our mind, and Venus is our body, and Mercury runs through our veins. The other thing I wanted to bring up that I already said, but I'm going to say it again, I brought up the way 1 and 2, January and February, end up going 3 and 4 is the 34 for 1, brings 7. January is a J for 10. So you have 10, 7, which is JG. JG and JG is 2014. Between the number 1 and the month of January being the letter J, J for Jack. J-A January, J-A-N because it's the cross on the back. There's so many things you can play with in this, okay? 2 is number 2, which is 58. 8 times 5 and 8 plus 5 equals 53. Do you remember I just told you 53, 35? Well, now I'm telling you it again. First it was over here, April Fools, 53, 35, and now I'm showing you over here. And 3, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals your 5. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals your 3. 2 times 6 equals to the 12. Anyways, regardless, these two numbers, when it comes to the value of December, these two numbers when added together, 5 and 3 is 8, 8 and 4 is 3, makes number 83, which is Hoover Dam. 8 and 4 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 5 and 3 is 8, it's 83 is Hoover Dam. But in the scenario when I add them together, it becomes 92, which says the yellow B. The yellow and black B. It also says April. It also says at the same time 11. It also says Raish, the angel creation. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 plus 9 is 11. 11 and 18 makes 2 and 8. Makes time, heaven. 2 times 9 is 18 because it's 9 and 9. There is no 1, 9. It's a 9. The highest you can go is 9. There's nothing higher. You create the 9 by having the 8 heaven with the 1 spirit, creating the R birth of 666, and it's 3 different worlds because nothing is more than 5. In fact, there's nothing more than 4. There's nothing more than 2. It's actually 1 and 2. 1 put together with 2, turn them all around, and you got yourself 18 and 19, which is 37, and that's the number to Nibiru. And 73 is the counter, larger number to Nibiru. When you add them together, it equals 110, the same numbers as the Twin Towers. 110, 111, it doesn't matter which floor you're on. 7 hours for $2. So, this is what we did. Now if we add, okay, I don't want to do anything, here's your 5. Now this is, okay, now this, if we add one more on it, I didn't finish it, the 0, which is the 15th, plus the X, which is the 25th, equals 39. 39 is Hoover Dam. It's the Hoover Dam Road. 39 is also Saturn. Saturn is the train they're going to blow on by when they pass by on Highway 50, which is the entry hole. Because 50, 5 and 0, 50, 5 times 0, which is 15, 0 equals 75, and 57, 75. 5 and 0 equaling to 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 5 and 6, Hoover Dam goes through. 25, 35, 36, 36, excuse me, 25, 35, 36 plus the 4, 15, that is number 51 that we get. Do you understand? 0x is 39, 49, 50, but it becomes 56 because 0 becomes 6, or it's a multiple, 5 times the 0 becomes 75. Now if we said 0 became 6, okay, and 6 and 5 would be 11. Now this, okay, if this we would remain at 15, excuse me, if, no, we're talking about this. Wow, don't confuse me, I'm confusing myself. If this is 6, it becomes 6 and 5, because this is 0. If 0 becomes 6, it becomes 6 and 5. Back to 11 again. That's why I confuse myself. But if this, okay, is 6 numbers, 1, 4, 7 is 12.
12 is the wing of Aleph. This one is 18. This equals 30. This equals 5. This equals 35. We're back to the same number we were at over here. May and March. May and March equals 13 and 13. 13 and 13, okay? 6, 2, and 5 is 13. 2, 5, and 6 is 13. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is this. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 is this. The other way around is 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. 216 is either 21, 7 by 3, and 4 times 4 is 16. But I didn't want to do it that way. 216 is 9 days of 24 hours a day. The 9 births of the cat's life. And I don't have an answer for that. I did, and I lost it. I wasn't sure or which way to go. At the same time, I'm going to do this again. When you turn this around on 4 sides, each side is 5 equals 20, and then the side of 1 equals 7. So it becomes 2014. Now, if you wanted it the Hebrew time, okay, we'll do it in a wing, because the Aleph letter is made in a wing. I'm trying to find where the book is. Anyways, the Aleph letter is made in a wing. If it's made in a wing, you go this way and this way, makes 5, and this way makes 5. Only count it on one side, and then count this one. So this one and this one will be 5, and then not this one, let's count this one and this one will be 5, and then this one and this one will be 5, hold on a second, and then this one, no, shitty me, eh? This one and this one is 5, and now this one and this one is 5. 5 and 5, and the light creates the 6, knowing the light is 1, knowing what's coming out is 6 is 7, 2 sides is 7 and 7, 5, 7, 7, 5, 57, 75, look up French roulette, it'll tell you right away, 57, 75, it'll say orphelin, orphan children, 1 will add up to 57, 1 will add up to 75, 3 by 19, 19 times 19 is 361. It's 1 degree past the 360 degree mark, which is up to what the Mayans talk about. Now, where is this Mayan thing? I'm so far behind, and so the Mayan talk about the 360 degrees, which is 1 ton or 18 unial. Well, it's 18 unial for sure for the 9-9 birth, I. Here's the 20 in for the period of time. The period of time of 20 days. Why? Because it's 6-1 in 3 days, and 6-1 in 3 days. 10 is 20 days. There is no $20 bill. It's a $10 and $10 bill. Here's the Mayan Katun. This is talking all about the cat. I do not know what it is, but it's Aleph Beit. Okay, and it's talking about the 144,000 midway angels, which is the 9 card, in which where the cats have to be in order to chase the mice, which is the information in your mind of 666, the letter R raibh. It's the cartoon of 20 of 7,200, because 7,200 is 360, and 360 is 72 by 10 days is 720. So now we're back to the 10-day schedule of 6, 1, and 3, which are the 613 laws of Moses, 6 points, 1 point, and 3 points in the NFL football, and then we'll play basketball, and we'll do baseball, and then we'll do hockey, but don't forget about the hockey. Hockey, when is it going to happen? If it happens, if it began when the diamond came to be the diamond in the rough because we are lost in the universe and lost in our own minds, okay, or it's hard to find where Earth is in the reality, because every time we look into somebody else's computer, into something else in the sky, into another satellite of some sort, we can never find where we are. We always call it the blue planet, but everybody knows color does not travel that distance, because I can't see color at a distance. It all looks like a blur to me. So we did 4 by 4, we did 6 by 6, we did 3 by 3, 2 times 2 times 2, but now we have to have 2 8 ways. Especially because when you start at 4. How do I know? Oh, let's play backgammon. Backgammon shows 20 10. 5, 5, 5, and 5. We take it off on 6, and man comes into the game, but he comes off the board because the gods are playing the game of backgammon. Let alone to put together a few words in Scrabble, you'll just mix me up. Oh, I'm feeling so much better today. It's before I go to sleep. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop. It feels so good when I can see. It feels so good when I can see. Oh my God, it feels so good when I can see. Thank you to all of those Jen and New. I know. Mighty. Felipe, Trinity, Jan, Grace. Thank you for that energy you gave me, but one of the reasons that I go down this low is because I never tried to be in this world. I'm always in the other world. What I used to love in this world, I no longer love. The only thing I love is, 2 years ago, you want to hear this crazy thing, and I'm boosting myself up here, is this lady, maybe 5 years ago, she has a flat in the side of the road, it's minus 10 degrees. I got out of my car, I jacked up her car, I told her to get over, I changed her tire, I got in my car, I drove off, she didn't even have my name. I couldn't give her my name. Why should I stop and try to make something out of something, a profit? I could not profit from the situation as much as I wanted to. I just couldn't do it. That's how I'm screwed up in this world right now. I can't take anything. I don't want it because I want to give. I want to settle this deal. We will learn this year. Paul, we will learn. It's going to happen this year. Not because I said it, because you said it, and many others are starting to follow you. And if you want to know where Paul is, it's Paul Willer, and it's Nibiru Countdown, and he's very shrewd on what he knows. He's a very nice guy. I know because he spoke to me and nobody ever does. I'm only kidding. Mostly the people that I see in public, that is, seem to drag a conversation into everything. My son says, you're going to bring it up again? Anyways, let's get on. The catwalk, walk the plank. There's so many numbers, they just keep coming together. Gray, 58. 5 times 5, 25. 5 plus 5 is 10, equals 35. The same thing we can get is 8 times 5 is 40, 8 plus 5 is 13, is 53. That's 88. It's the only two you can make 35, and it's a black 35, and it's the last number inside the roulette board. So if it's the last number, it connects to the first number, 2. That connects to Venus. Venus, Earth, Jupiter connect in the number of Neptune, which means Neptune has to be in the head of man. So Neptune is some kind of large planet that transmits an energy right through this planet Earth. In fact, there's a possibility that Earth is wrapped around Neptune, and that's why we see the blue waters. And Jen, oh my God, of course, the Smurfs. All the Smurfs, help me out. My thyroid gland's not working. Come on, guys. I don't want to feel blue. And they brought in that new song where the blue mixes with the red, and it looks like this purple whatever, but in the horses, there's colors in the horses that bring the oceans out, and the nostrils, there's just so much. Everything you see tells you another story. Make it up. Eventually, after you make up enough stories that you believe are true, they'll start to connect to each other, and the reality of the sense of your understanding will make everything true. And if it's not, you'll know if you're senseful. Wow. Even the alphabet, I mean, they were talking, remember I showed you 1313? Well, 13 and 13 is 26. So if you have 6226 minus 1551, okay, 1551 over 626 is 5115. 1515, 1551, 66, it says where we are. Jesus is 33 times 47, which is 1551. Add 6226 to it, it's 7777, the world. And if you don't add it to it, okay, that number, 1551, if you just double it, it becomes 2112, like last year. At the same time, that is the number of the birth of Jesus. In the year 1551, years after Moses was born, at 2209, which is 47 times 47, which is 21 times 47 equals 974, and 21 times 47 equals 974 is is it 984? 984. 47 times 21 is 47. 987. Is that what it is? 21 is 47 times 20 is 940. 987. 21 times 47 and 21 times 47 is 987. 987 equals 1974. And then there was something else in there about that. But at the same time, 987 and 789 equals 1776. 9, 8, and 7 and 789. 9 and 7, 8 and 8, 9 and 7 equals 777. It says the Christ. 151, Jesus plus Christ equals 151. The same numbers. 4114 is our DNA, and Grover Cleveland stands on the flag. 22nd, why 22nd? Like I started before, 22 and 22. He becomes 24. 22 maybe he's taking this and this, or 22, this and this, the 2 and 2 world is 4, the 2 and 2 world makes 8, the 2 and 2 world makes 6. Which one are we talking? That's Grover Cleveland, 22 and 24, say 46 or 64. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 equals X and X. It's crazy. 64 and 46 equals 110, the 110 stories of the Twin Towers. Whatever it is, Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I know I missed something in here. There's just so much. Yellow on yellow. 1 and 9 in pool is 10. Red on red. 3 and 11 in pool is 14. 10 and 14. 10 is for the 10 for who man is of October. 14 is for the cross on man's back. 10 is made up of 5 and 5, like I mentioned on the dice. 14 is made up of 7 and 7, like I mentioned on the dice. And the year is 5775. Do you follow where I am? 10 is 5 and 5. 14 is because the one dice connects to 6 lights. Is because the one dice reflects the 6 lights. And the 5 and the 5. Well, this 4 and 3. Because Earth and Mars, and it has to be Earth and Mars, because it's got a set, it's almost like, you know what I see? There's no planets left. All there is moons now. Because Earth wraps around Neptune, or Earth maybe wraps around Mars, or Earth wraps around Venus. I mean, but Earth wraps around something. It's not sitting there alone. Earth may be just wrapped around the ocean, because maybe that's all there was. Just a lot of electric and an ocean. How do I think I know? Watch Reboot. You'll see what happens in the game. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. For all those who dare. What a terrible statement. I'm just feeling so good today. I'm afraid to go to sleep, but I'm getting hot now. Why do I have to be there? I like to get out of my house and come back, but now that it's winter, I don't like to step outside at minus 20 degrees right now. So I'm going to make it on my own, and I'll think blue. Maybe I'll go to sleep looking at blue. Raphael 7286. This is what my dream used to be. I dreamt of this when I was 10 years old, and now I'm loving it. Thank you. Monopoly. LMNOP, Monopoly, LMNOP, 10, 11, 12, 13, Jack, this is the king is 11, but it's also the Jack, this is the queen at 12, but it's also the L, which says the wing of man, this is the M is 13, this grabs, see this over here, the V in between, 1 and 1, they're both 1 and 1. They connect together. See the way 0 is 2 parts? See the way P is split apart from it? This is where the truth is. And the people who made creation of stuff, they're telling us exactly the truth. We just have to figure it out. Anybody still watching? Thank you for watching. Anybody not watching? For everybody who just zoomed to the end, thank you for watching the end. For anybody who hasn't watched this yet, one day you might watch it. And if you do, well, if you got here late, well, that's what it might mean. Because there's no way anybody makes it to the end. I mean, you might make it to the end, but are we going to make it to the cycle? We've got 296 days to go to October 4th. Something around there, I guess. Thank you for watching. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus in the year 5774. 5 times 7, 5 plus 7 is 35 and 12. 1 and 2 is January, February, all the way to December. In between is only 9 months. As we used up 3 and 1 and 2, and only start on March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, 8 months, perfect. Thank you for watching. Why? Why 8 months? Now I got to calculate, I got to take off 90 days from 365 days, will be 277 days. Is that the way it is? 39 weeks of pregnancy. 39. 7 by 13. Suits and cards in a deck equals 91 times 3 is 273, which is 39 weeks to 7 days in a pregnancy. And my God, ladies, oh my God, oh God, I once felt what it felt like, right, up to a certain point, but after that it hurt too much. I just couldn't do it anymore, so I just had to hold back. But oh my God, what you got to go through. But it's not really what you got to go through. There's another part. You have to split. Inside of you, you have to split. It's already apart. but you have to leave go of the muscle to let the muscle open up. That's why we go to all these courses before, in order to learn how to open up this muscle. But if we learn too early, we'll force the muscle open by itself, and then we might have a pre-birth or something. I don't. I look like a doctor. Oh, come on. Oh, Jiminy crickets. Oh, no. I got a mouse. There's a mouse. Uh-oh. I got another idea. Wow. 1007 JG, 1007 JG, 2014. The month is October. The day is the 4th. Look it up on Newsvine. Now, what is true, what is not true, I just hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching this video. It is now 11:52.